Hello to all my lock fairies out there. Welcome to the Houston Lock Fairy YouTube channel, where I will be coming with all of the updates and lock tutorials, lock tips and videos for you guys. Okay, so this is a crochet lock extensions installation that I did for a new client at the beginning of the year. And as you can see, he started off with about 2 to 3 inches of loose natural hair that he's been growing out, and he's been waiting so patient to come in and get his lock extensions installed. So we have a medium size human hair lock extensions, and they are 14 inches long as requested by the client. They are installed by using the crochet method, which is using this needle. I used a 3-prong needle first to combine all of the hairs, and then I follow up with a 1-prong crochet needle to clean it up and make it nice and tight and secure to ensure no slippage, to avoid the locks falling out. And so this style can be permanent for my client and not temporary. Lock extensions are a great way to begin your lock journey because there's so much versatility and customization to your lock journey. You can choose the size of your locks. You can choose the length of your locks. You can choose how you would like your parts. You can choose how many locks you would like if you have a specific number or amount that is significant to you. So there's a lot of customization when it comes to doing instant locks and lock extensions, because this look is custom made and custom fit for the client. I actually recommend it if you are just impatient and you don't want to really wait on your locks to lock and bud and go through the whole process, which they will anyway, but you'll be starting with a little bit of length. So if there are certain styles that you want to immediately be able to do, then lock extensions would be great for you. As you can see here, I'm going through with the 1-pronged needle just to secure all of the loose hairs, secure that the hairs are nice and matted up and strong. It should be a little firm and sturdy right where you're crocheting at. That ensures that your lock extensions do not slide out. If you leave it soft, if you can pull on it and the lock is pulling, the extension is pulling down, then that means you need to go back in with your 3-prong needle or your single-prong crochet needle and tighten it up some more. Or as soon as this client washes their hair or puts their lock extensions into a ponytail, or if there's any kind of tension on them, then the locks will begin to slide. Now, one thing that a lot of people are confused about when beginning their lock journey is thinking that the stylist or loctician did something wrong if the lock extensions begin to slide out. Actually, no. Slippage is normal, but it does depend on the loctician to spend the extra time to secure the lock extensions into your hair. They should not be loose. They should not be wrapped. They should not be glued with any kind of adhesive. And they definitely should not be sewn on. All of those are not ways to secure lock extensions permanently. Those are quick fixes and actually very damaging to your natural hair. So I highly recommend finding a loctician that is familiar with crocheting and get your lock extensions installed by using the crochet method. Another great thing about beginning your lock journey with lock extensions is you can also choose the color. If you're interested in doing different colors, you can have fun with that without actually bleaching or dyeing your natural hair, unless you want a full head of color. But I've done many installations where the ends are dyed already prior to installation, or the whole locks themselves are custom colored to match your hair. So if you have dark brown hair, if you have light brown hair, if you have some grays in there, or even if you have a reddish maroon kind of burgundy tone, you can get custom made lock extensions to match your hair color and hair texture. One thing that I do like to warn everyone about before starting your lock extensions is please do a consultation. Please speak with the person that's installing your lock extensions so that you and the stylist can be clear on what your expectations are, what your needs are, and you have all of your questions answered clearly prior to doing this installation. Again, this is a permanent installation of lock extensions. So these babies aren't going anywhere. The only way they're going anywhere is if you cut them out. So here, you guys, I've installed all of the lock extensions in the back of the head so far. The top is still loose, but I'm retwisting and 2-strand twisting as I go up. So this here is just a video of showing how I do my retwist on lock extensions at the time of the installation. It's just like they've been there and growing for years. No one will know the difference between your lock journeys, between your locks being lock extensions or your locks being naturally grown from day one, unless you tell them. And that's the way it should be. Again, it's nobody's business but yours. You do what you feel, but these are permanently inside of your head now, and they're not going anywhere until you're ready for them to. A retwist consists of twisting your new growth at the roots of your scalp with a locking gel, and using a comb, I use the coil method at the roots, and I clean up the parts so it's nice and clean and straight. No loose or stray hairs are to be seen, and it's nice and tight and secure. You see this lock extension? It's not going anywhere. So when I do lock extensions, I do a full consultation. I love to see you in person. I love to get to know you, meet you, talk to you, discuss with you what your preferences are, address any concerns or requests that you have, and I give you the full rundown of what to expect, how to maintain your locks at home, and then also prepare you to be able to come back in for your first retwist, your first shampoo, and everything like that. So you're not on this journey alone. I don't want you guys to feel alone. Houston Lock Fairy will always be here for you, especially if I start your locks. I am here 24/7 to answer and address any of your concerns because I want your lock journey to be a smooth journey. I want it to be a fun journey. I want it to be a liberating journey. And I want you to be proud to wear your locks no matter what, wherever you go. When you come in for an appointment with Houston Lock Fairy, I'm going to make sure that you're comfortable. I'm going to make sure that you are feeling free to ask questions. I want to make this a home for the lock community. I want to welcome everyone who is interested in having the best and only the best for their locks and taking care of them and maintaining them for years and years to come. So I love all of my clients. I love having a good time with you guys, putting on a good movie, listening to some music, reading a book, or even just having a down-to-earth conversation about whatever you want. Lock extensions is an extended process. It is not 2 to 3 hours. This was an 8-hour installation. We started at about 9 a.m. and we finished around right at 5:30, and that was with a couple of breaks in between, but we got it done. My client came in ready and prepared for the entire day to spend, together, and I encourage you to bring whatever you need for this 8-hour process and to make arrangements. if you need to. But yes, it does take time, especially because I make sure that the parts are nice and clean. I make sure that the locks are installed securely. One of the things that I take pride in is having clients come back for their first retwist with lock extensions, and none of the locks have came out. So that's my goal. But it is normal. Like I said, it's very normal for them to slip, especially if you pull them in tight ponytails, or if you're if you're manipulating them a lot, or even if you've washed them or when swimming at home, which is perfectly fine, but just not recommended within the first, 6 to 8 weeks. You can get them wet, go swimming, go in the ocean, wash them at home. Maybe I would recommend maybe after your 2 or 3 retwists. Once I know that they're nice and secure, then you're free to do as you please with your locks. There are no guidelines. There is not a rule book of what you are and what you aren't supposed to do. There are only recommendations because of my own experience professionally and personally. So I just want the locks to settle at the beginning, start to mat up and join with your hair, and when there's no more slippage, then yes, you're more than welcome to go swimming and things like that, and get them wet and wash them as much as you like. The locks are not going to be damaged in any kind of way if you do that. So I hope to bring more videos like this to YouTube and share more knowledge with the lock community, especially here in Houston. And I just want to spread love, spread positivity, and spread a lot of, knowledge to everyone out there who's wanting to start logs or thinking about starting logs and just hasn't done it yet. Or even if you're at the beginning of your log journey and you just have questions, you're not sure what to do, where to go, who to look for, what kind of loctician to look for. It's important what products they use. We're going to go over all of that. I'm going to post a lot of videos this year in 2023 to show you guys products to avoid, products to use, the products that I use, that I've been using since I began my loctician career. And just, my recommendations from my personal experience and professional experience. So I've dealt with many hundreds of different hair textures, hair types, genders, professions. So I can honestly, say that I've seen and been through quite a bit to give some knowledgeable advice and recommendations to help you guys out. So I hope you all love this video. I can't wait for you to see the final look. What I'm doing here is 2-strand twisting all the way down. For all of my lock extension installations, I do begin with a 2-strand twist because it helps you keep your hands out of your head. It helps keep you from messing with your style. And 2-strand twists hold your retwist for weeks. He will not have to take this style down for at least 3 to 4 weeks. Then he can take the rubber bands out, let his hair breathe. And this is the finished look, guys. 8 hours later, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. My client came in with no locks, small fro, and now he has 14-inch locks. Beautiful. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love.